Yes, another final coming up against Bruges next week. Pep Guardiola saying that PSG was simply better tonight.
One moment in the middle and we could not cope with that. They are fast. Accept the defeat because the best team won. And we have, last chance at home against Bruges. If winning, hopefully we can qualify.
Was there a moment in the game where you felt like the momentum shifted in their favour?
No, the game never was like we wanted, but I give so credit to PSG. PSG is a fantastic, extraordinary team, and that's why you have to understand it. So, but it's 0-2, we could manage and score the first goal right after 5 minutes. We can stay and you can keep the ball and keep it a little bit. We can be better, but we could not do it.
Is there a particular reason you think that you haven't been able to kill games off when you've been ahead recently?
Because to play, you have to play. We could not. So to defend the result, you had to take the ball, and we didn't have it. And they have it more. They attack better, and that's why it's more difficult.
All or nothing, as you say, for this game against Bruges now. Would it be unthinkable for City to go out of the competition at this stage?
Could happen. If we don't win, we don't deserve it. So the game was was a difficult task because Sporting Lisbon, at a certain moment when it happened, PSG staff to Juventus staff, all the games away that we have always is difficult, but this is a reality. We didn't do enough points and we had to accept it, and the last game against Bruges will dictate what we have to do.
Thanks, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Would it be embarrassing if they went out before the knockouts?
100%. I think Manchester City, with all the success they've had in recent years, have put them into a position where people expect them to get minimum into the knockout stages. So I think they would take it as an embarrassment. I'm 100% sure, because they see themselves as a team that should get into the latter stages, and they've demanded that of their team for the last few years. But yeah, I mean, the manager looks deflated there, and rightly so, because any time you go 2 goals up, don't matter what competition you're in, you expect to see that out. And I think today highlighted again, you don't want to harp on too much about it, that the inability to play Rodri in this team when you need to control moments in games, important moments, and have that type of authority in a game, they're missing that massively in this City team.
And led to them conceding 13 in their last 4 Champions League games. Is it as simple as saying they're missing Rodri? How much more to it is there?
There's definitely more to it, but he's a massive factor in that equation. The fact that he can dictate the tempo, dictate where the attacks or the opposition go.
He knows what a game needs at every given moment, doesn't he, Julian?
That's the thing. He understands. Game management is so important and so underestimated in any factor, especially when you're winning. Like Pep said, they want the ball. That's how they control the game. They control it with the ball. Most teams are able to control it out of possession and slow teams down and sit in a low block. Man City don't do that. They dominate possession. And how many times have we recognised, especially Rodri, pick up the ball in the opposition final third and sustain the attack, sustain possession? So they do miss that. But that isn't the only reason that they're giving away 2-goal leads, 3-goal leads, whatever it may be, and just the confidence is a massive factor as well.
PSG and Manchester City, welcome back. It's good to have you with us here in our studio in London. Kate, Thierry, Jamie and Micah, thank you for joining us on the post-game show. Let's talk about that game between PSG and Manchester City. It was a good start, Micah.
It was a good start.
Okay?
It started ever so well. I mean, Grealish gets the goal, and I was so happy for him. I mean, he's not had the best of times at Manchester City, and I know this moment would definitely mean a lot to him. I think Akanji does ever so well to go down the line, and then just being in the right place at the right time. You see his position here, we pick him up on the left-hand side, and not on wingers get into the box often enough, and he gets into the right position, and it's about the technique, the strike, hits it nice and clean, gets a little bit lucky, but it's exactly what they needed. Probably fortunate at the time to go 1-0 up, but they'll take it. And then number 2 came Jamie.
Yeah, and that man Erling Haaland, Thierry.
Yes, exactly. A goal like he likes to score, hanging out the back post and tapping the ball in. That's him. He likes to go there. We've seen it before. We've seen it tonight, and we will see it again. 2-0.
Yeah. But then, Kate, the comeback began, and one of the greatest comebacks we've seen in the Champions League, certainly in one half of football. And that man, when he came from the bench, Dembele at half-time, Thierry said you felt that'd be a huge change in the game. This man on the far side, initially Barcola. We said before the game I thought he caused problems to Nunes, but the great thing that he does here, Thierry, you'll know better than me, to stay really cool and stand still as the cross comes in and lets the defenders run away?
Exactly. He first and foremost, what Barcola does is very good. Although he was playing against Nunez, I thought that was a mistake. But Dembele does, like he's going to the 60-yard box, stops, wait for the cross, and then finishes it. And then, again, ball's going to go this time to Doué. That's going to come back in, curve it. Good reaction. I don't know if he means it like that, but he just wants to, kind of scuffs it or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, he's there, back post, off the crossbar, to put the ball in.
The stuff helps him, doesn't it, actually? If he hits it clean, the keeper probably saves it.
At that moment, at that moment, City were about to lose that game. You can see it.
Yeah, and the third one comes from a set piece. I mean, poor marking, John Stones just on the pitch, probably could have done a little bit better there, but it's a great header. Talking about from PSG point of view, just coasting in, and it just uses the surface. The pitch was very wet, so he didn't have to put too much power on it. He just guided it into the near post. Really good header by Neves. And
it didn't finish there. I mean, there was a big VAR check for this goal from Ramos. Well, you see he challenges for the ball like Guardiola. It's a brilliant finish.
Yeah.
4-2. The game was already won then, but we don't know how important goals scored, goals against will be. City are in that predicament right now in terms of trying to qualify. You see it comes off Guardiola's shoulder, but great finish. And you know what? They deserve to win by 2 clear goals.
Their hopes of staying in the Champions League for the knockout stages. City 1 point out of those knockout places. They just, though, need a win against Bruges on match day 8, Rio. But the way their season's going, can we be certain that's going to happen even against a Bruges side you'd expect them to be on paper?
Yeah, well, they've been unbeaten in a few games, and we're looking at them and saying, you know what, they look like they've had a good rebuild, and the confidence is rebuilding again. But we all know in football that it can quickly come down and crumble quickly in one performance, in 190 minutes. And today, there's a lot of things that went wrong for City today. And the confidence has been built over the last couple of weeks. I think is going to take a bit of a dent.
Yeah.
And this PSG team, I think the energy they showed, the youthfulness with their team, and the ability to come and revive themselves after going 2-0 down, I think that will be a worrying thing for Pep and his team to have experienced tonight.
There was lots of great performances on that PSG side tonight, Jolien. How do you sum up their whole night, especially in the second half?
Exciting. Again, they were unfortunate not to go in a goal ahead in the first half, but the second half performance to show the character, the mentality, and Ali and Fletch touched on it throughout the night. It's a different look, it's a different feel. They're working together, the understanding, the work ethic off the ball especially shows that they're determined to win it back as fast as they possibly can, and they got the rewards through that tonight.
What a match, what a match. This will be like an embarrassment to Manchester City. Because Manchester City is not going to knockout stage. That means them to qualify right now, they have to win their next match. Bruges. And you are not guaranteed if Man City will win them. Because in the paper right now, Man City will win. Everyone knows that Man City is supposed to win. But as it is going right now, it's very difficult to say that Man City will win, must win, because it has been Man City problem this season. We thought that maybe it's for the league, and this is for the league. They are started getting themselves, but in Champions League they are still struggling. Before this match, Man City is around 20 something. It's like around 24 on the table. Other 24, 26. That is what I'm talking about. Man City have been struggling this season. Well, PSG is not a walkover team. Honestly, PSG is not like a Club Blues that we can run over or something like that. PSG is a very pretty team that, yeah, you will not be surprised Man City lost the match against PSG, but the way they lost the match. So, in this match and at least second half, they really played well. But It's a nice game. It's a nice game. When a big top team meet together, they showcase their talent. Even PSG has good talent. They has good talent. The same as Man City, but at least they have shown that who is better. Man City must win their next match to qualify, or else they join others where they're not supposed to be.